So now the next topic what we have to discuss. So keep subheading erase. 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 So a big topic we have to discuss. So almost 2 or 3 sessions. So we have to spend. So better to take agenda first. Introduction. Take agenda. Introduction. Next array declaration. Array declaration. Array creation. Array declaration. Array creation. Next array initialization. Array initialization. Array declaration, creation, initialization. Initialization. Next array declaration, creation and initialization. Array declaration, creation and initialization in a single line. Array declaration, creation and initialization in a single line. In a single line. In a single line. Next length versus length. Sir, in Java length variable is there, length method is there. So what is the difference between length and length? Next second one, I mean seventh, anonymous arrays. Anonymous arrays. Anonymous arrays. Next array element assignments. Array element assignments. Array element assignments. Next array variable assignments. Array element assignments. Array variable assignments. That's all. So these are the 9 subtopics we have to discuss as a part of arrays. So now keep subheading introduction. Introduction. Okay. So now the first point. So what is the need or what is the purpose of array? What is the advantage? What is the disadvantage? Or what is the limitation? Listen this one. Suppose if I can take int x is equal to 10. Just I am taking int x is equal to 10. Can you tell what is the purpose of this int x is equal to 10? To represent one int value 10. Just we are going for x. Suppose I want to represent 2 int values. I want to represent 2 int values. Then 2 variables are required. Correct or not? X for 10, y for 20. I want to represent 3 int values. Then we can go for what? 3 variables, right? Are you getting? X, y, z like 3. Suppose I want to represent 10,000 values. Then going for 10,000 variables is the worst kind of programming practice. Because if I can take 10,000 lines of the code, which variable represents which value and what is 10,000 lines of the code, so readability of the code is going to be down. That's why if you want to represent huge number of values by using single variable, happily we can go for what? Arrays concept, right? So luckily 10,000 values if you want to represent, 10,000 variables are not required. Just only one variable by default enough. What is that way? Int array x is equal to new int array of 10,000, right? Int array x is equal to new int array of 10,000. Now, so do you know x, how many values are there? 1, 2, 3 dot 10,000, right? Okay, how many? Here 10,000 values you can able to represent. Sir, first value, second value, third value dot, right? So how you can differentiate these values? Sir, only one variable, 10,000 values. Then how you can differentiate these values? By using index. Regarding 0, x of 0 is the 10, x of 1 is the 20, x of 2 is the 30, like we can. Sir, can you tell What is the advantage of arrays? This is what advantage. What is the advantage of arrays? We can represent huge number of values by using single variable. Is the advantage of arrays concept. Okay, this is. But if you are getting something, compulsory you have to lose something. Or for every advantage, there is some disadvantage also there. Sir, what are various cases where arrays are not helpful? Or what are various limitations of these arrays, right? Best example, sir, I created array with how much size? 10,000 size. But at runtime, 10,000 one element also came. Your array not in a position, okay, this is to provide space for that, because arrays are fixed in size. Sir, once we create an array with some size, there is no chance of increasing or decreasing the size based on our requirement, right? Best example for you, even I covered. So best example, sir, suppose assume I thought that this SCJP movie is a big hit movie, like we arranged 10,000 chairs in the classroom, a big hall, 2 or 3 projectors I kept, then we announced the batch. So 10,000 chairs we arranged, a big hall we took, 2 or 3 projectors are there on big hall, big screens, like we arranged the batch. But at runtime, only 2 members came. Are you getting? So for those 2 members, almost 2 months, I have to tell the lesson by keeping two students in the front bench. The remaining 9,998 memory locations waste. Okay, like next time what I did is, last time also only 2 members came. This time maybe 5 members. Like I took a small room, 5 chairs, a small monitor, small projector monitor, and a small board I arranged. We announced the batch. But at runtime, 10,000 members came. Are getting? My program not in a position to provide support. That's why if you want to use arrays concept, compulsory we should know the size in advance. If we don't know the size in advance, then arrays concept we can't use. Are getting? So the biggest limitation of arrays is nothing but what? Arrays are fixed in size. The biggest limitation of arrays are fixed in size. Once we create an array with some size, there is no chance of increasing or decreasing the size based on our requirement, right? That is the biggest problem with the arrays concept, right? Another problem is also there. Arrays can hold only homogeneous data type elements. Are you getting? Arrays can hold only homogeneous, similar type of data. Suppose I took this int array, I can add only int type of elements. By mistake, if I am trying to add any other type, compile method we are going to get, like boolean value I want to add, or otherwise string value I want to add, compile method we are going to get. Arrays can hold only homogeneous data type elements. You are getting? There are some more problems are there. To overcome these problems, next level we should go for which concept? Collections concept, right? Are you getting? Individual variable approach, arrays approach. Next level is nothing but what? Collections concept. Collections are not fixed in size. Collections can accept both homogeneous and heterogeneous elements like there are. Are you able to understand? Sir, can you define what is an array? Ayo. What is an array? An array is an indexed collection of. Have you observed these words? Indexed collection of fixed number of. Okay, an array is an indexed collection of fixed number of homogeneous data elements. Okay, an array is an indexed collection of fixed number of homogeneous data elements. Is nothing but the concept of what? Array, right? Any explanation is required now? Okay, at this point, arrays. An array is an indexed collection of. An array is an indexed collection of. Fixed number of homogeneous data elements. An array is an indexed collection of fixed number of homogeneous data elements. Homogeneous data elements. Homogeneous data elements. Are you getting? Next point. The main advantage of arrays is we can represent huge number of values. We can represent huge number of values. Huge means multiple. We can represent huge number of values by using single variable. We can represent huge number of values by using single variable. By using single variable. Huge number of values by using single variable. So that by using huge number of values by using single variable, so that readability of the code will be improved. 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 Improved. Next para. But the main disadvantage of arrays is. The main disadvantage of arrays is fixed in size. But the main disadvantage of arrays is fixed in size. That is, once we create an array, there is no chance of increasing. There is no chance of increasing or decreasing the size. There is no chance of increasing or decreasing the size based on our requirement. There is no chance of increasing or decreasing the size based on our requirement. There is no chance of increasing or decreasing the size based on our requirement. Hence, to use arrays concept, compulsory we should know the size in advance. To use arrays concept, compulsory we should know the size in advance. The size in advance, which may not possible always. Which may not possible always. That's all. Are you getting the point? So the basic introduction to array is clear for you. So what is an array? What is the advantage of array? What is the problems with the array? Is it clear? Right? Of course, to overcome these problems, next level collections anyway, as of now, we are not required to talk because we are at very basic level. Okay. So what is an array? Are you able to understand? Now keep submitting. Array declaration. keep submitting. Array declaration. Okay, now take very special care about this part, array declaration. Sir, how to declare an array? In that, first let me talk about one-dimensional array declaration. Keep submitting once again. One-dimensional array declaration. One-dimensional array declaration. One-dimensional array declaration. One-dimensional array declaration. Okay, now take very special care about this point, one dimensional array declaration. Here suppose I am taking how we can declare one dimensional array. Sir, int array x, can you tell is it valid or not? Int array x valid. Sir, some people may declare like this, int array x, valid or not? Or some people may declare like this, int x, valid or not? Okay, so do you know all these things perfectly valid. Okay, no problem at all. One dimensional array, you can declare dimension after the type or before the variable or after the variable. Happily we can declare one dimensional array, is nothing but no problem at all. So all these things are acceptable. But among the which is recommended? Anyway, all are valid. Which is recommended? First or second or third? First one or second one or third one? So make sure first is always best. First impression is the best impression, right? Correct. So if you are doing anywhere, make sure take special care. First impression should be best impression, especially at your matches. Especially at your matches, first feeling itself is another. And after that, if we did any kind of thing, if we are doing, no problem at all. First, once we got some impression, is nothing but like, then obviously, do you know, I hope somewhere, I studied one personality development book. First, in the, what we call, in the kings, kingdoms, there are wars are there olden days, you know. So one king suggested that, okay. So I mean minister in the under king, one minister suggested the king saying, so why don't you kill that king so that we can occupy that kingdom also, like one minister suggested the king. Then immediately what this king did is nothing but, you know, that king killed that minister. So why wrong decision, why wrong suggestions you are giving? He is our friend, like. Then automatically that king heard this news. Some minister told that, okay, to kill you and to occupy your kingdom. Then immediately what the king did is nothing but he killed that minister. Is nothing but that person having that much good opinion on you, is nothing but automatically this person got. Now after few days, so they met at some place, and this king, then automatically this king is the youngster. What he did is, so why don't you marry my daughter, like the other king offered. Then automatically, yeah, because he got very good impression on this king, because someone suggested free suggestion. Immediately this king killed, right? Then how much value I have is nothing but like what that person did immediately. Okay, why don't you marry my daughter, like. So got married. After got married, one fine day, is nothing but these people went there to kill that king. So king got died. That kingdom is nothing but occupied by this king. Are you getting right? The moral in one personality development book I studied. First, even the enemy also has to get best impression on us. Once he got good opinion, then automatically he can legend any word. Is nothing but he can legend any word. Then obviously the cinema is going to be. Next, one story, do you know? Even actually I didn't remember. This was happened in the Greek or somewhere. Both kings met at some common place to fight. Then automatically one king compromised. We are friends, why we have to fight like this? Is nothing but, no, we don't want to do that. Like this king gave a big gift to the other king. Then automatically, happily, so these people went there with that gift. So that gift is nothing but a big toy, like a big toy. What night time, what happened is, in that gift, these soldiers are there. At the middle of the night, they came out from that. Automatically, that king, all the soldiers, is nothing but, they finished. Then automatically these people occupied that. Are you getting the point, right? Okay, even cinemas also came on this story. Troy. This is really happened story only. Isn't okay? Like, so first impression is nothing but take special care. Even for the enemies also. First, in some personality development books, is nothing but once he believed, then automatically he is going to dance based on our words. Like there are some words. There are some books are there about these stories anyway. So not whether good programming practice or bad, I am not in a position to justify. But make sure first impression is always best. So inter X, can you tell? So is it valid or invalid? So all are valid. Which one is the recommended? First one is the recommended. Why first one is the recommended? Don't tell first impression is the best impression. Okay, what is the reason is? Here see, sir, observe. Good. Here observe. What is the X? X is name of the variable. This is the array type. Sir, can you please read this line? X is one-dimensional int array. Sir, name of the variable clearly separated from the type. But here, one-dimensional array X is of int type. Sir, type is mixed with the name. Are you getting? That's why. So, even here also same problem. This one, recommended because recommended because name is clearly separated. Name is clearly separated from type. Are you getting? Name is clearly separated from type. Okay, this is what you have to is nothing but remember. Are you getting the point right at this point? Well, yeah. Have to call these things. Take first int array x int at the point well here add recommended because name is clearly separated from type. 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 Are you getting the points right? Okay. Name is clearly separated from type. Okay. So make sure. So this is one dimensional array declaration. But here related to one dimensional array declaration, there are few conclusions are there. What is the first conclusion is legend this one. Sir, int array x. Legend. Sir, I want to represent int values. A group of int values, better to go for arrays. Sir, I want to represent 6 int values. Are you getting? I want to represent 6 int values. Better to go for array with the size 6. Now I want to declare an array with the size 6. Are you getting? Int array of 6 followed by x. Can you tell is it valid or not? Array? Can you please represent an array for how many int values? 6 int values. Like for that requirement, I am declaring an array in this style. Acceptable or not? Okay. Make sure compiler is ready to give left and right, because at the time of declaration we can't specify the size. Actually size is required at the time of creation. At the time of declaration we can't specify the size. By mistake if you are trying to specify the size, immediately compile time error we are going to get. Okay, this is. So now int array is nothing but x. Int array x. Can you tell anyway this one is invalid? This one is valid or not? Perfectly valid, because at the time of declaration we can't specify the size. Here we specified the size, that's why invalid. Here we are not specifying the size, that's why this is valid, right? I hope is clear at this point. At the time of declaration, we can't specify the size. At the time of declaration we can't specify the size. Otherwise, at the time of declaration we can't specify the size. Otherwise we will get compile time error. Okay, take this one. It's a very important conclusion anyway. Keep star for that point. Int array of 6 x, it is invalid, but int array x itself is valid. I hope is clear, right? So this is what how to declare one dimensional array. Are you getting? Maybe, but in Java it is invalid. Next two dimensional array declaration. Two-dimensional array declaration. Two-dimensional array declaration. Two-dimensional array declaration. Sir, do you know how we can declare two-dimensional array? What is the possibility? Array is observed. Sir, I am taking two-dimensional array like this. Or is it a valid or not? Is it a valid or not? Or it is one thing, it is one. It is one thing, it is another. It is one. Okay, like this. Sir, can you tell among these which are valid, which are invalid? Which are valid, which are invalid? First 100% pakka correct. Okay, first 3 are valid. Okay, next 3 are also valid. Okay, whether we are using or not using, all these things are valid. Okay, valid 2-dimensional arrays only. First 3, next 3 also, all are valid. Don't keep any doubt, take all. Take clearly. Into 2-dimensional array x, into 2-dimensional array x, into 2-dimensional array x, like, can I complete it right? Make sure. Okay, clear for you people. Next one. Next, there is one declaration wise, there is another important conclusion. Let me talk. Knowledge this one. Very important. Int array a comma b I am taking. Int array a comma b. Can you tell a is, what is the a's dimension? What is the a's dimension? 1. A and b are 1-dimensional array. A's dimension is 1. What is the b's dimension? 1. Regarding a's dimension is the 1, b's dimension is also 1 only, valid. Okay. Now, sir, I am taking int array. Okay. So here a comma b. Can you tell? It's also valid. What is the a's dimension? A 1 dimension. A's dimension is 2. What is the b's dimension? 1. Okay. Next int 1-dimensional array. Okay. Here I am taking a and this. No new thing. Can you tell what is the a's dimension? 2. What is the b's dimension? 2. A's dimension is the 2, b's dimension is the 2. Next int array a comma b. Can you tell what is a's dimension? What is the a's dimension? 2. What is the b's dimension? What is the b's dimension? Make sure b's dimension is make sure b's dimension is 2. Okay, because this space ignored by compiler, this total thing is nothing but considered the type. Regarding type, a and b both are 2-dimensional arrays. Regarding a and b both are 2-dimensional arrays. A's dimension is what? 2. B's dimension is also 2 only. That's why itself is nothing but valid. Next int array. Okay, here I am taking a comma b like this. What is the a's dimension? What is the a's dimension? 2 dimension. What is the b's dimension? 3. 1, 2, 3 is nothing but like 3 dimension, right? Okay. Now int array, okay, a and b. What is the a's dimension? A 2. What is the b's dimension? What is the b's dimension? Make sure if you are taking like this, compiler will give left and right. Compile time error we are going to get. So that's what second conclusion you should aware. Okay, what is the conclusion is, sir, here if you want to declare dimension before the variable, If you want to declare dimension before the variable, this rule is applicable only for two-dimensional array. Only for first variable. If you want to declare dimension before the variable, this facility is available only for the first variable in a declaration, because I will ignore this space and I will consider. But for this, if you want to consider, ignore this total, meaningless. That's why if you want to specify dimension before the variable, this facility is applicable only for the first variable. Only for the first variable. Sir, first variable this is. If you want to apply for the remaining variable, compile time error you are going to get. Okay, this is, make sure you should aware, right? Okay, so take a bit style. Bit style. Which of the following are valid? 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 Okay, take all these things. For the last one, I will give the notes anyway. If you are specifying the dimension after the variable, in array A comma B, A's dimension is the 1, B's dimension is the 1. Into two-dimensional array, A's dimension is the 2, B's dimension is the 1. Next one, like take all. So two-dimensional array and a conclusion here. Completed, I hope. Okay. This is what you should aware. Next, here let me talk about this one. Okay, add the theory. If we want to specify dimension before the variable, if we want to specify dimension before the variable, if we want to specify dimension before the variable, if we want to specify dimension before the variable, before the variable, if you want to specify dimension before the variable, that facility is applicable. That facility is applicable. That facility is applicable. That facility is applicable only for. That facility is applicable only for. That facility is applicable only for first variable in a declaration. Only for first variable in a declaration. Only for first variable in a declaration. In a declaration. First variable in a declaration. In a declaration. Next, if we are trying to apply, if we are trying to apply, if we are trying to apply, if we are trying to apply for next variable onwards, if we are trying to apply for remaining variables, if we are trying to apply for remaining variables, we will get compile time error. If we are trying to apply for remaining variables, we will get compile time error. We will get compile time error. We will get compile time error. Okay. So just int here like A, okay, B, like this one I am taking. Int array A, B, C, like this I am taking. Sir, can you tell, is it valid or not? Okay, valid. Next, is it valid or invalid? This one is invalid. This one is invalid, right? Because if you want, you can apply. If you want to declare before the variable dimension, this facility is applicable only for the first variable. Second variable onwards, we can't do that. Okay, add. Take care. Add this example. So, but after the variable, you can declare, no problem at all. But this rule is applicable only before the variable. Completed, right? Next one, three-dimensional array declaration. 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 Declaration. Okay. Sir, how to declare three-dimensional array? Here see, now what are various possibilities are there? This is one way. Valid or not? Only three dimension. I am not going for fourth dimension because you can able to generalize. Next, is it valid or not? Valid. Next, int 1, 2, 3 like. Next, int one dimension. Okay. So like this, valid. Int one dimension here, and then like this, valid. Int one dimension here, one dimension here, one dimension here, valid. Int two dimension here, int two dimension here one dimension, valid. Int two dimension here, and then here one dimension, valid. Int two dimension here, one dimension here. Int one dimension here, two dimensions here, valid. Are you getting? So all these things perfectly valid, no problem. So three-dimensional array we can declare in these many styles. Take this one. Into three-dimensional array A, take clearly. Three-dimensional array like this I am taking. Completed, I hope. Okay, that's all. Next, so that's all. These are various loopholes about array declaration. Only two conclusions. At the time of array declaration, we can't specify the size. If you want to represent a dimension before the variable, this rule is applicable only for first variable, right? Next, array creation. Array creation. Array creation. Array creation. Sir, here observe how we can create an array. What are various options are there? Simple. Can I spell out how we can create an array? Int array A is equal to new int array of 3 I am taking. Sir, here I have one doubt. Usually, how we can create object by using new operator? But we can create arrays also by using new operator, right? Can I use the term array is also an object? Because if array is not object, then you can create by using new operator. New operator can be used to create objects. Sir, we are creating arrays by using new operator means every array in Java is an object only. Remember this one, sir. Every array in Java is an object only. That's why we can create arrays by using what? New operator, right? Now, sir, here size 3 and A is the reference variable for that. Okay, you should feel array itself is nothing but what? An object. Okay, this is make sure. Okay, at this point first, every array in Java, every array in Java is an object only. Every array in Java is an object only. Is an object only. Hence, we can create arrays. Hence, we can create arrays by using. Hence, we can create arrays by using. Hence, we can create arrays by using new operator. Hence, we can create arrays by using new operator. By using new operator. By using new operator. Okay, take this one example. Int array A is equal to new int array of 3. Int array A is equal to new int array of 3. So take this clearly. Int array A is equal to new int array of 3. I hope is that clear, right? Okay. Now A is a reference variable for that. Make sure int array A is equal to int array of 3 like this. Next, okay, you have to take this diagram also, so that you should feel it is an object. Now I have one big doubt. Usually we can create objects for classes. Sir, we are creating array object. So for every array type, corresponding class should be there. If the class is not there, how you can create an object? Are you getting? For every array type, corresponding classes are available, but these classes are part of Java language and are not applicable to the programmer level. Are you getting? But corresponding class is there at language level, but these classes are not available to the programmer level. Sir, where is the proof? How I can aware? Simple. If you want to know, I have object reference is there. If you want to know corresponding class name, simple. System.out.println A dot get class dot get name. A dot get class dot get name. Happily, the corresponding class name by default we are going to get. Do you know? A is what array? Int array. That's why. So square bracket, one dimensional array of what type? Int type. Are you getting? Square bracket I is the corresponding class name. Sir, how the class name starts with a square bracket? First, these classes I don't want to highlight to the programmer level, part of internal Java language. Why you have to worry about these naming conventions? Are you getting? So for every array type, corresponding classes are there, but these classes are part of Java language and are not available to the programmer level. Are you getting? Sir, where is the proof for that? If you want, I will just execute this one. 1 minute, have a look. Here I am taking just test.java, like I am taking. Here say this one. Here I am taking int array A is equal to or x is equal to new int array of 3 I am taking. Int array x is equal to new int array of 3. Okay. X dot get class. X dot get class dot get name. X dot get class dot get name. Like let me take, okay, so get class dot get name. Okay, Java C test dot Java. Perfectly the code is the valid, no problem at all. Java test. Do you know what the answer we are getting? Square bracket I. I hope you people can aware. Sir, for every array type corresponding class is there. If it is a 2-dimensional array, sir, if it is the 2-dimensional array, 3 followed by 2, then what the answer we are going to get? It is the 2-dimension, right? So yeah, if it is the 2-dimension, square bracket I is nothing but 2 times 2-dimension followed by I int type like. Now if you want, just observe what the answer. Square bracket I is nothing but like I am getting. Are you getting the point, right? Okay, this here. So are you believe for every array type corresponding class is there, correct or not? Yes. Okay, because we are creating an object means objects we can create only for classes, but where the corresponding classes is nothing but part of Java language, not available to the programmer. Clear at these points? Yeah. For every array type, for every array type corresponding classes are available. For every array type corresponding classes are available. For every array type corresponding classes are available. Corresponding classes are available. And these classes are part of Java language. These classes are part of Java language. Part of Java language, part of Java language, and not available to the programmer level. Part of Java language and not available to the programmer level. Part of Java language and not available to the programmer level. Not available to the programmer level. Not available to the programmer level. Okay, this is now I hope is clear. So now here let me explain. Okay, just better to take this line example here. See, system.out.println a dot get class dot get name, a dot get class dot get name is nothing but like square bracket I, a dot get class dot get name, get class dot get name square bracket I. Completed, I hope. Okay, now just observe. Let me take into a small table form. Here array type, okay, corresponding class name. Array type corresponding class name, array type and corresponding class name. Okay, here I am taking int array. Okay, this is int array. Can you tell what the corresponding class name is? Square bracket I. Int array square bracket I. Now two-dimensional int array I am taking. Two-dimensional int array I am taking. So here two-dimensional int array square bracket I. Two-dimensional int array square bracket I. Next, if I can take, okay, so here 3 dimension means square bracket only. If I can take double array, then square bracket D. If I can take short array, square bracket yes. If I can take a byte array, square bracket B. Byte array, square bracket B. If I can take boolean array, square bracket. Ayo. Byte array means square bracket B. Boolean array means square bracket. Square bracket. Okay. Square bracket Z. Square bracket Z. Let me show. Here see. Here just I am taking byte array x is equal to new byte array of 3 I am taking SOP of x dot get class dot get name. Now see this one byte array I am taking. Yes, the code compiles fine. What the answer Anna? Square bracket B is nothing but like. Next byte array x is equal to here instead of byte let me take a boolean array. If it is a boolean array, x is equal to new boolean array of 3. Here see this one, don't take, observe. What the answer we are going to get? Square bracket Z. Are you getting that? Okay. So can I expect for every array type corresponding classes are available? These classes applicable at part of Java language and are not available to the programmer level. Okay, take this diagram. What is the use of boolean array? A group of boolean values sometimes are required to store. True, false. Internally every element is either true or false. Take clearly how we can create an array by using new operator. Next, what are, so for every array type corresponding classes are available, but these classes are part of Java language, not available to the programmer level. Completed, right? Okay. Next one. So related to array creation, there are several loopholes are there. Let me talk about first loophole. Okay, at first one, let me related to arrays. There are several loopholes in that first one. Okay, here just observe these are things, right? Suppose I'm creating an array like this. Int array x is equal to new int array like this. Sir, can you tell, is it valid or not? Is it valid or invalid? If I can take like this, compiler will give left and right. But the reason is, at the time of declaration, we can't specify the size. But at the time of creation, compulsory we should specify the size. But you are not specifying the size. So, at the time of creation, JVM reserve the memory based on your size. If you are not going to specify the size, how the JVM will reserve the memory? That's why. So, compiler, if we identified this problem, immediately compile time error we are going to get. So, conclusion 1 or first point, at the time of array creation, compulsory we should specify the size. Otherwise, we will get what? Compile time error, right? Suppose if I can take like this, int array x is equal to new int array of 6. Valid or not? Valid. Okay, add first point. At the time of array creation, compulsory we should specify the size. At the time of array creation, compulsory we should specify the size. 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 Otherwise we will get compile time error. Otherwise we will get compile time error. Okay, take these examples. Right? Int array x is equal to new int array. First one is invalid. Int array x is equal to new int array of 6. Int array x is equal to new int array of 6. New int array of 6. Okay. Next up, sir, here just observe. Can you tell, is it valid or invalid? Int array x is equal to new int array of 0. Int array x is equal to new int array of 0. Valid or invalid? This one perfectly valid. Sir, it is legal to have an array with a 0 size. No problem at all. An array with 0 size, perfectly acceptable. Sir, best example for you. Yeah, we have main method is there. What is the argument to the main method? String array args. Argument to the main method is string array args. Now, what these things are command line arguments. But how many times you are passing command line arguments? If I execute 100 times, maybe 1 time or 2 times. Okay. If we are not passing any command line argument, what is the size of this array? Args dot length. Do you know? If I am not passing command line argument, then what the answer we are going to get? 0. If I am passing command line argument, what the answer we are getting? The corresponding number. Okay. Just observe this one. Yeah. See. Here I am taking SOP of. Here SOP of just args dot length. SOP of args dot length. Like this I am taking, right. Now see this one. The code compiles fine. If I am not passing any command line argument, 0 is the answer. If I am passing some command line argument, A, B, C, D, is nothing but like. What the answer by default you are going to get? 4. I hope you people can aware. So make sure it is legal to have an array with the size 0. Clear, right? Okay, this is it's legal to have an array with the size 0 in Java. Add second point. It is legal to have an array. It is legal to have an array with the size 0 in Java. It is legal to have an array with the size 0 in Java. Okay, take that example. Take clearly. Int array x is equal to new int array of 0. Int array x is equal to new int array of 0. Completed, right? Okay, like. Next one. Here, can you tell is it valid or invalid? Sir, I am taking int array x is equal to new int array of size minus 3. Size minus 3. Can you tell is it valid or invalid? Int array x is equal to new int array of minus 3. Valid or invalid? Invalid. Because what the reason? Invalid. Yeah. What comparative method we are going to get? Negative. What comparative method we will get? It's not index first. It's not index size, right? Invalid. Invalid array. Okay, just observe. Take a bit special care. Sir, make sure there is no compile time error. Perfectly it is valid. Okay, because compiler is always going to check whether we are adding, whether we are specifying some size or not. Is it int value or not? Compiler job is it int value or not? Only one thing, is it int value or not? Whether it is a positive or negative, that's not my compiler job. Are you getting? Sir, valid. Compiler point of view, valid. Okay. At runtime, JVM reserve the memory based on this size. Are you getting? Whenever JVM saw this negative size, immediately it will get shocked and raise some runtime exception. So what that runtime exception? No compile time error. What that runtime exception? Sir, can you tell what mistake we are doing? Negative array size we are specifying. That's why what that exception? Negative array size exception. Negative array size exception. Because we are doing what? Negative array size. That mistake, right? So what that exception? Negative. Negative array size. Negative array size exception. Negative array size exception. Correct or not? So if we are trying to specify array size with a negative int value, then we will get runtime exception saying negative array size exception. Here have a look once. Int array x is equal to new int array of minus 6. Minus 6 is nothing but like. Now observe compile time error by default. Sorry, no compile time error. Compile is fine. At runtime, exception in the thread main, negative array size exception. Are you getting? Negative array size exception. So we are going to get this exception, right? Okay, make sure at the point. Next point. If we are trying to specify array size with some negative int value, if we are trying to specify array size with some negative int value, array size with some negative int value, array size with negative int value, then we will get then we will get runtime exception saying, then we will get runtime exception saying, then we will get runtime exception saying negative array size exception. Then we will get runtime exception saying negative array size exception. Negative array size exception. We'll get runtime exception saying negative array size exception. Okay, at this point, well, example. Take that example clearly. Completed, right? Okay, that's all. Now next thing, next conclusion, a bit important here, special care. Take care. Here I am taking int array x is equal to new int array here. Can you tell here what I have to take? Size. Can you tell which data types are allowed to specify the size? Sir, int. Allowed or not? Allowed. Sir, I want int array with a size of 10 value. Can you tell, is it allowed or not? Int array x is equal to new int array of a. Valid or not? Because in the place of int, I am providing char. Valid or not? Char to int promotion acceptable. Now what is the size of this array? 97, because a, what is the corresponding Unicode, is nothing but like. Sir, make sure int is expecting actually. In the place of int, which things are allowed? Have you remembered the chart in the last class somewhere I covered? Byte to short, short to int, char to int, long float double. This diagram we covered already, right? Sir, here my requirement is int. That's why which data types are allowed to specify array size? Byte, short, char, int. By mistake, if you are providing any other compile time error, we are going to get. Are you getting? Sir, here now let me take value. Sir, byte b is equal to 20. Byte b is equal to 20. Int array x is equal to new int array of b. Int array x is equal to int array of b. Sir, is it valid or invalid? This one valid or invalid? This one 100% pakka valid, no problem. Because byte in the place of int byte you can provide, no problem. Next, sir, here short s is equal to 30. Int array x is equal to new int array of s. Valid or not? Valid. Short in the place of int you can provide short also. Sir, I'm taking here, just observe, I'm taking int array x is equal to new int array of 10L. Sir, long type I am providing. Actually, array expected size is always int, but in the place of int, is it possible to provide long? Not possible. Immediately compile time error, possible loss of precision. Found long, required is nothing but what? Required is int, like we are going to get. Are you getting? To specify array size, the allowed data types in Java are byte, short, char, int. By mistake, if you are providing any other compile time error, we will get. Okay, to specify array size, the allowed data types are. To specify array size, the allowed data types are. To specify array size, allowed data types are. Allowed data types are. Okay, take this example. Allowed data types are 1 minute. Byte, short, char, int. Better to take one by one. Byte, short, char, int. If we are trying to specify if we are trying to specify, any other size, if you are trying to specify any other type, then we will get compile time error. Okay, like take this part. Completed, I hope. Okay, I hope is clear for you people, right? Next, so next one, here I have one big doubt. When we should go for arrays, if you want to represent more multiple values by using single variable, but max, how many values you can represent? Compulsory, because if you want to represent huge number, at certain point compulsory there should be some end max. These many number of elements only we can represent by using array. Do you have any such type of limitation? Compulsory at the end there should be some limit. Make sure what is the maximum allowed array size data type? Int. By using int, what max value you can represent? 21, 47, 48, 36, 47. Obviously, the maximum allowed array size in Java is 21, 47, 48, 36, 47. Do you know? If I can take like this, int array x is equal to new int array 21, 47, 48, 36, 47. Okay, perfectly allowed. Int array x is equal to like this. Int array x is equal to new int array of 21, 47, 48, 36, 48. 21. Do you know? Because exceed the int range. Sir, I can't create an array for this requirement. Immediately compile time error we are going to get. Regarding syntactical mistake we are doing. Can you tell what compile time error? Out of range? What compile time error we are going to get? Invalid range. Now, in the last session somewhere I covered, wherever we are representing integral number, it is always should be int type and the value should be in the range of int. But if it exceeds int range, then we will get integer number too large. Do you know? If it is ends with L, then it is the long possible loss of precision like we are going to get. So here the maximum allowed array size in Java is 21, 47, 48, 36, 47. Maximum value of int data type, right? If we are more than that, not possible. Array concept is not at all helpful there. Now observe this one. Sir, int array x is equal to 21, 47, 48, 36, 47. Valid or not? Perfectly valid. Sir, let me execute. Let me compile. Valid, no problem at all. Sir, if I can take 48, 48, valid or invalid? Invalid. Do you know? Integer number too large. Integer number too large. Like a compile time error we are getting. I hope is clear for all of you, right? Okay, this is. So now here I have another small clarification I want to provide. Sir, here just observe. First one is the valid or invalid? Valid. So valid. But maybe a chance of problem even in the first case also. Maybe a chance. It doesn't mean compulsory you are going to get. Maybe a chance of problem in the first case also. What is the problem is? How many int values we will represent? 21, 47, 48, 36, 47 int values. Each int value, how many bytes? 4 bytes. Then how much memory required to create this array? 21, 47, 48, 36, 47 into 4 bytes of memory required. This much memory may not available in my system. Are you getting? This much memory may not available. If this much memory may not available, then we may get, we are going to get out of memory error. Are you getting right? Out of memory error, not my problem mistake, not my program mistake. The problem is because of memory problem. It is you have to provide sufficient memory, then I can run. Okay, even in the first case also we may get runtime exception, but it's not my program mistake. The sufficient memory is not available in your system. What I can do? Okay, now observe. Let me cross check here. 47 I am taking. 21, 47, 48, 36, 47 I am taking. Now observe. Compiles fine, no problem. Now let me run. Exception in thread main java.lang. Out of memory error. Requested array size exceeds virtual machine limit. Requested array size exceeds virtual machine limit is nothing but like compile time error, runtime exception by default we are getting. Any doubt or any explanation is required? Okay, make sure out of memory error like. Okay, take a note. The maximum allowed array size, the maximum allowed array size in Java, the maximum allowed array size in Java, the maximum allowed array size in Java is, the maximum allowed array size in Java is 21, 47, 48, 36, 47, 21, 47, 48, 36, 47, 47, which is the maximum value of int data type, which is the maximum value of int data type, int data type, maximum value of int data type. Okay, at that point add 21, 47, 48, 36, 47. Okay, take both examples on. First one valid, but second one invalid. Integer number too large, like compile time error we are going to get. But of course, if the sufficient memory may not available, even in the first case we will get runtime exception. So that is not my program mistake, that is lack of system resources. I can't do anything in this case. Completed, right? Integer number too large, like a compile time error we are going to get. Okay, clear for you people. Next, add one point. Even in the first case, we may get runtime exception. Even in the first case, we may get runtime exception. If a sufficient heap memory not available. If sufficient heap memory not available. Sufficient heap memory not available. Sufficient heap memory not available. That's all. So these are various loopholes what you people should aware related to one dimensional array creation. Sir, can you spell out what conclusions we covered? There are 4 or 5 conclusions. First one, at the time of array creation, compulsory we should specify the size, one thing. Next, it is legal to have an array with a 0 size. Next, if you want to specify array size with some negative int value, then we will get what? Runtime exception saying negative array size exception, but there is no compile time error. Next, to specify array size, the allowed data types are byte, short, char, int. By mistake, if you are using any other compile time error, we are going to get the maximum allowed array size in Java is 21, 47, 48, 36, 47, which is the maximum value of int data type, right? Clear for all of you, right? Okay, this is.